Hello everyone, welcome to Maddie for the Needy channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the chapter Time, Work and Efficiency. Some people may study this chapter as time and work, but no matter how you study, this chapter deals with all the three concepts. Okay, now coming to the concept time. Whenever you see time in this chapter, you have to understand that the time required to complete the work. Okay, the time required to complete the work. Now, work. Whenever you see a word like work, then you have to understand that the work which is which is we decided to complete. Okay, now coming to efficiency. Efficiency means work per unit time. I said unit time because in this chapter they give days as unit of the time. Sometimes they give hours as unit of time. Sometimes they give minutes as unit of time. Okay, no matter which unit they give, you have to understand efficiency means work per unit time. For suppose work per day, work per hour, work per minute. So that efficiency means work per unit time. Okay. This whole chapter, time, work, and efficiency, depends on one single formula, that is time into efficiency equals to work. If you can understand this single formula properly, you can solve any problem from this chapter. Okay, and there are two methods. There are two methods to solve each and every problem in this chapter, and each method contains three steps. These two methods are, one is traditional method and other one is LCM method, which we used to call as shortcut method. Okay, and so each method contains three steps. Steps are same for the two methods. Okay, the first step is dividing the sentences of the given sum or given problem into two types. One type is the sentences which we give hints, and the sentences which will ask answer. Okay, first type of sentences are the sentences which give us hints, and the second type of sentences are which will ask answers from us. Okay, second step is in finding the hints from the sentences of first type. Finding the hints from the first type of sentences. Okay, and third step, in third step we use these hints which we got in the second step and finds the answer. Okay, these three steps are common or same for both the methods, both traditional and LCM method. I will explain you the first step while answering the questions. Now, let me explain the second and third steps first. Okay. In one question, if they give you like A can complete a work in 8 days, time, work, and efficiency. Okay, finding the efficiencies is our hints actually. Most of the times, not all the times, but most of the times, finding the efficiencies is our hints. Okay, if they give us like A can complete the work in 8 days and B can complete the work in 6 days. Okay, in traditional method we have to take the work as single unit. Okay, we know the only formula to solve all the chapter is time into efficiency equals to work. To so to satisfy this formula, the work is 1 and time is 8, so we have to multiply with a number or a fraction to get work as 1. So if we multiply 8 with 1 by 8, then we will get 1 as work. Okay. So that in the similar way, 6 into 1 by 6 equals to 1. So now find I found the efficiencies of A and B as 1 by 8 and 1 by 6 respectively. Now the question is, so I have drawn the efficiencies. So I completed the step 2. Now step 3. In step 3, the question they have asked is, in how many days, if they work together, they can complete the total work. Okay, they're asking this. Now I'm explaining third step. Okay, in the third step, they are saying that both are working. So I will take both are working. So efficiencies, the total efficiency of both the members, and I don't know the time they will take. So I will take as X. Time into efficiency. Time I don't know. Efficiency I know whose efficiency I have to take. So I have taken all both the persons, and the work we have to complete is, in traditional method we have to take as 1. Okay. I have substituted the values of A and B so that I can get the value of X. The LCM of 8 and 6 is 24. There is no need to take only LCM. You can take any number which is divisible by 8 and 6. Okay. 8 3s are 24, 6 4s are 24. So I have taken the value which I got is to 24 by 7. 7 3s are okay. 3 and 3 by 7 is my answer in the traditional method. Now I'm going to solve the same question in LCM method so that you can understand the difference between the two methods. Okay, here also same, time, work and efficiency. A can do the work in 8 days, B can do the same work in 6 days. But here what is the difference is, here we take the work as LCM of all the values we filled in time. The LCM of 8 and 6, as we have already done, 24. Here I am again mentioning that you don't need to take the LCM only, you can take any number which is divisible by both 8 and 6. Okay, 8 3s are 24, so that I have written 3 here. 6 4s are 24, so I have written 4 here. So what we have to understand here is, 8A can complete the work of 24 units in 8 days as 3 units per day. Okay. B can complete 4 units per day, so that B can complete the whole work of 24 units in 6 days. Okay. Now the question is same. How many days they can complete the whole work? Okay. Now again same equation. Time I don't know, so I have taken X. The persons who are involving in the work is A and B, so I have taken both A and B. Here the values of A is 3 and value of B is 4, equals to, sorry, I have taken here as 1, which is a mistake because I am doing LCM method, so I have to take 24 as, this is the difference between traditional method and LCM method. In traditional method you have to take the work as 1 unit, and in LCM method you have to take the work as the LCM units. Okay, I have to take 24 here, not 1. Here also I have got the answer as 24 by 7, which is equals to 3 and 3 by 7. Okay, in both the methods we will get the same answer, but the approach is different. The only difference is taking the work. Okay, with this method is called shortcut method because we don't need to add fractions. Here we can simply add the numbers or digits, which is simple for us, rather than adding fractions. Okay, So this is preferable. Here we are doing LCM, but if you do the same LCM here, this sum will be easy in solving. Okay. So till now I explained step 2 and step 3, but I didn't explain step 1. I will do it now by solving one sum so that you can understand the step 1 also. Now, this is the problem with which I'm going to explain all the 3 steps. Don't forget the steps. In the first step, we are going to divide the sentences of this problem into 2 types, in which first step will give you hints and the second type will demand you answer from us. And in the second step, we are going to draw the hints from the first type of the sentences, and in the third step we are going to frame or find the answer from the by the hints. Okay, here read the question properly. A can complete a work in 15 days. Here they are saying something regarding the efficiency of A. So this will give me a hint. And both A and B can complete the same work in 10 days. Again, can complete. So it is also giving a hint regarding the efficiency of both A and B. From here, they both started the work, so they have already involved in the work. So from here to here, this sentence is demanding an answer from me. Okay, you know about, so I have completed the first step. I have divided the sentences in two types. Now second step I am filling the box, in which I have to fill time, work and efficiency. I am doing traditional method first. Okay, A can complete a work in 15 days. A can complete 15 days. In traditional method we have to take work as 1 unit, so the efficiency will be 1 by 15. 1 by 15 is the efficiency of A. Now they are talking about A and B. A and B can complete the same work in 10 days. So the efficiency of both A and B is 1 by 10. Okay. Now what they have asked, they both started the work. Okay. They both started the work, and after 4 days A left the work. So that means 4 days they have worked together, and after that A left, so B is still continuing the work. Okay, in how many days B alone can complete the remaining work? I don't know the time, so I have taken X equals to the work. In traditional method we take 1. Now I am going to substitute the values or hints I found in second step. The value of A plus B 1 by 10. X, the value of B I don't know, but if I subtract A from A plus B, then I will get B, right? So A plus B minus A plus B minus A, which will give me B. So again same X, I am 4 by 10. I am taking this side, 1 minus 4 by 10. Okay, the LCM of 10 and 15, 30. Again I am mentioning that you don't need to take LCM only, you can take any number which is divisible by both 10 and 15. 10 threes, 5 15 twos. Okay, here I am solving it. X into 1 by 30, 3 minus 2 1 by 30 equals 1 minus 4 by 10, which is 6 by 10. X equals to 6 by 10 into 30 by 1, 0 0 cancel, 18. After A left the work, B can complete the remaining work in 18 days. So my answer is 18. Now I am doing the same problem in LCM. you know, you don't need to do the first step again, which is same for both the methods. Now I'm moving on to second step. A can complete the work in 15 days. A plus B can complete the work in 10 days. I'm taking LCM of both 10 and 15, which is 30. Again, you don't need to take LCM. You can take any number which is divisible by both the numbers. 15 twos are 30, 10 threes are 30. Okay, so A can complete the work of 30 units in 15 days, and A plus B can complete the work of 30 units in 10 days. Okay, the efficiency of A is 2 units per day. The efficiency of both A and B is 3 units per day. Okay, now again, third step, 4A plus B equals to 30. 4 into A plus B. The efficiency of A plus B is 3, and I don't know the efficiency of B, so I'm taking A plus B minus A. 3 minus 2 equals to 30. 4 3s are 12. I'm taking this side. X into 3 minus 2 1. So x 30 minus 12, which is 18. So same answer. In both the methods I'm getting the same answer, but the approach is different. Here we take the work as 1 unit. Here we take the work as 30 units. This method is preferable as the calculations are very easy in this. Here we have subtracted fractions and deal with fractions, but here we just subtracted 3 minus 2, which is very simple for us. So this method is preferable. While solving the problems from this chapter, you have to keep 2 points in your mind. The first one is the persons who belongs to same gender or same type will have same efficiency until and unless they mention their names. Like if they give you like eight eight uh, 8 men can complete a work in 6 days. In traditional method, we take the efficiency as 1 by 6, as we all know. Then, what is the efficiency of one person, one man? Then the efficiency should be 1 by 6 into 8, because the efficiency of 8 men is 1 by 6. We have to divide this by 8 to get the efficiency of single person. So 1 by 6 into 8, which is 48. Now all the men have the same efficiency, which is 1 by 48. Okay, but if they mention their names like Kalyan and Deepak, if they mention their names as Kalyan and Deepak, then they both have different efficiencies. But even though if they both belongs to the same gender, they both have different efficiencies. But if the names are not mentioned, then all the members which are belongs to the same gender will have the same efficiency. Okay, now what is type? Now if they talk about same type of persons like six students, then all the students have the same efficiency. Now coming to the second point. Second point is about distribution of salaries. In some questions, they will ask you to distribute salaries between some persons. Suppose, let us take A and B. A worked for some time and he has some efficiency, and B has worked for some time and B also has some efficiency. Then you have to distribute the salaries in the ratio of time into efficiency. Time into efficiency. If they work for the same time, then you can distribute the salary into the ratio of efficiencies. But if they work for different times and they have different efficiencies, then you have to distribute the salary in the ratio of time into efficiency. Now the ratios of time and efficiency. Suppose A can complete the work in A days and B can complete the work in B days. Then the ratios of the ratio of time taken by A and B is A is to B. Then the efficiencies will be B is to A. Okay, but we have a doubt how it became in reverse. So as much with the knowledge we have till now, we can say that if A can complete a work in A days, then the efficiency must be 1 by A, and the efficiency of B, if it completes the work in B days, then the efficiency would be 1 by B. But instead of 1 by A is to 1 by B, how we got the ratio B is to A? Let me explain. 1 by A is to 1 by B. If all the terms in the ratio multiplied with a same number, then there will be no change in the ratio, so that if 1 by A into AB, if A gets cancelled, then B remains, and B gets cancels, then A remains. So in this way we got the ratio B is to A. So many persons may tell you that the ratio of efficiency is in reverse of the ratio of time taken by them, but it is applicable only up to 2 persons. If you take 3%, then the scene will be different. Suppose, let me take 3 persons. A can complete a work in A days, B can complete the same work in B days, C can complete the same work in C days. Then the efficiency will be 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C. This should be the ratio. You should not write in reverse order. Okay, but if you still want to make the fractions into simple numbers, then you can do in the same way into ABC, so that you can get BC is to AC is to AB. But you should not write the ratio of efficiency in reverse order of time they take. Okay, so with this we completed the introduction of time, work and efficiency chapter. With the knowledge, with this knowledge, you can answer any question which comes from this chapter. I will show you how. And if you like this video, please like and share with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Thank you very much.